Okay guys, so today's story time is going to be about the time when I was a side chick. Yes, I was a side chick once. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how much money you have, how good you're doing in your career, how loyal you are to these niggas are going to be niggas at the end of the day. So let's get to it. Alright. This is so crazy. I can't even believe I'm talking about this. Alright. So what happened? Alright, so I was dating this guy and everything was just going really well. Like, I just thought he was the perfect guy. I just thought he was so perfect. And like, for me, let me just give you a little background of who I am in a relationship. Like, when I'm with you, I'm with you. I don't see anybody else. I don't look at anybody else. Like, even if I see a cute guy walking down the street or a cute guy slide my DMs or anything, I'm just gonna be like, oh, he's cute. But it's not gonna go any further than that. Like, when I'm with you and I'm with you and you only. I don't dib and dab into other dudes' beds or text messages or DMs. Like, that's not the kind of girl that I am. So like, if we're together, then we are together. That's it. Like, and I guess it really has something to do with like my personality traits. Like, I'm very possessive in relationships, and I'm very like, I just want you to myself, and I'm gonna give you, you're gonna be able to have me to yourself too. So that's just how I am. So yeah, so like when to me, he was just so perfect. Everything was just so perfect. Like, we had so much fun together. We always was having fun. All right. Okay, I knew something was weird about the situation though, because to me, he wasn't moving fast enough. Like, he was dragging his feet. So I kept questioning it like, is there something else going on? I never said it to him, but I always felt like something weird was about the situation, because like, I'm an awesome, like, amazing woman. Like, I'm amazing. So, and any guy that comes into my life always wants to wife me right away, like, because I'm just that dope. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I am. So for me, it was just like, I don't understand why everything's so perfect between me and him, but he's dragging his feet. It didn't make sense to me. So I always had that thought in my head, but I didn't really look too deep into it. I was just like, I don't know, maybe let's just take our time, then we'll take our time, whatever. Anywho, all right, so let me get to the juicy part. So we were always like, his line of work, he was always in different states. So like, he would always want me to come with him. Like, oh, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be there, I want you there, I want you there. So I was always with him. Like, every state he was in, like, I was always there. All right, so one time he was in like a really poppin' city, and like, it was so much to do out there. So he called his friends out there, and like, cause his friend, he didn't get to see his friends that often because of like, they worked and he worked. So like, he gathered all his friends together, and then he wanted me to come because it was like some of his friends that I didn't get to meet, that he like went to college with, and he was like, I want you to meet them, they're like my best friends, blah blah blah. So all right, so we all were in this one state, and we like had all these hotel rooms, and we were going clubbing and having a lot of fun and just doing everything. Like, we did everything. We were having so much fun. All right, so what happened? This is what happened. All right, so we went to this party, and it was like a really poppin' ass party. It was a poppin' ass party. And oh my god, I'm cursing, I'm sorry. And wait, I gotta back it up some. I'm gonna back it up. So one day we were in his hometown, and we were at a party, and like, him and his friends were like looking at my Instagram, and like my Instagram's popping and da da da. He was like, he made this little joke like, yeah, but you don't got me on there. So in my mind, it's like, you know, there's always truth in a joke. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, he said that, maybe he wants to go on my Instagram. Like, I don't mind if you go on my Instagram. I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not like dating other guys or anything, so I'll put him on my Instagram. Whatever, it is what it is. I like him, so why not? And in my mind, I thought he was mine. Like, it seems like it feels like it. So we took a picture, and it was like like kind of like one of those no face, no trace pictures. It was so cute though. It was like me, I'll have my arms around him, and then he had his arms around me, and like we were hugging, but the picture was from behind me and his head was down. And I told him to pose like this because, like, I don't know, I just thought it was dope. I had seen it on Tumblr before and I thought it was the cutest thing ever, so I was like, I'm gonna take a picture like that. So yeah, so like we were hugging each other, but he had his head down, so you couldn't see his face, but you could see his head, and you could see the back of my head. And I had like a ponytail, and this was before I cut my hair, so I had this really long ponytail. Oh my god, Hang Time was on bleak, but a really long ponytail. And then like this shirt that I had on showed my back, so it was just like the sexiest picture ever. And then my outfit was fly as fuck. I keep cursing. Oh, sorry. My outfit was so fly, and then his outfit was fly, so it was just a bomb picture. All right, so that picture, we took that picture that night in his hometown at the party, and then we put it on Instagram, and he was so hyped. Like, he was so hyped that he was on my Instagram. So hyped. So like, yeah, so then what happened? All right, so then I'm gonna fast forward, because remember I started off talking about something else. Fast forward back to when I said we were in this like poppin' city and all his friends was there. I had to tell you about that picture because this is how I'm gonna start putting my pieces together. All right, so so now we're in this other city, and like we're having so much fun. We're going out, we're just doing a lot, and like we were at this party, and okay, like we're all taking pictures and doing the most, and like, okay, this was we were in this city for a good like maybe 4 or 5 days. Yeah, just having like so much fun. And he ended up getting a call saying that he had to fly to another city for work, so so he had to leave, so our trip had to end. So like, all right, so he had to leave, so he had to get on a red eye to like fly to wherever he had to fly to. And but me and his friends were still in that city, in that same city. So after we finished partying, okay, I don't want to confuse you guys. All right, so we're at the party. While we're leaving the party, we like, everybody's like really drunk, like not really drunk, but everybody's like groovy because like people were drinking at the party. And we're in the car, we're in like a Uber, and we're in the car, and what happened, we're all in the car, we're driving back to the hotel, and somebody DMs me and was like, hey, you have a fake page, and I just wanted to let you know that somebody is out here pretending to be you. I'm like, okay. So I go to the fake page to see what it's all about, and there's only 2 pictures on the fake page. Mind you, I have a ton of pictures on my Instagram, like a ton of pictures, a ton of beautiful pictures. So I go to the page, and it's only 2 pictures on there. There's a picture of me, like a selfie, and then there is the picture of me and him that we took months prior to that in his hometown at that party. The picture I told y'all about that was on my Instagram. But that picture was like so many weeks ago. Why would they choose? And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got all these bomb pictures on my page. Why would they choose this picture out of all pictures to put on my fake page? Why? That didn't make sense to me. So that was a red flag right then and there. So I'm in the car, and I'm in the back seat, and he's sitting in the front. Because we were like in like some SUV. So he's sitting in the front, and I'm in the back seat, and then all his friends are in the back of me. So, and one friend is sitting next to me. So I showed his friend, I'm like, look at this. And he's like, that's weird. Like, why are they making fake pages? And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm showing everybody in the car, and then he's like, what are y'all looking at? So then we showed him, and he just like caught an attitude. He was just like, excuse my language, but he was like, The fuck are you showing me this for? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't get it, da 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 da. And I'm just like, looking at him, what's wrong? Like, why are you spazzing out like that? Yeah, so that was another red flag, that something weird is going on here and I don't know. Like something, because if I'm just showing you a fake page, why are you taking it that serious? Why is it that, I'm not even taking it that serious. So why are you spazzing out? I knew something. That's probably my brother at the door. Who is it? He's gonna have to wait because I'm not finished filming my YouTube video. All right.
Nah.
Yeah, you gotta wait. I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of filming.
I was thinking I was at.
Okay, well, I'm not finished my story. So let me just finish my story, then we can go.
Let me use your phone. Do the Uber fast.
Here. All right, can you go? Because my code is 25 all zeros.
I'm in the car.
All right, cool. I'm sorry. All right, so I'm like, okay, why are you spazzing out like that? Blah, blah, blah. And it just was weird to me that he spazzed out like that. I'm not even spazzing out. And it's a fake page of me. I'm not even spazzing out. So why are you taking it that serious? So that was a red flag right then and there. And the fact that didn't make sense to me. Out of all the pictures on my page, why would y'all choose to put the picture of me and him on a fake page? And it was so far down my page, that didn't make sense to me. That did not make no sense. All right, red flag. Anywho, so so we're on our way to the hotel, and we what did we do that day? We were just going to the hotel to, I guess he was gonna go pack his things because he had to go fly, get on the red eye and fly because he had work the next morning. So, but everybody else, me and his friends, were still like there. So, all right, so I didn't say nothing else after that about it. Like, everything was all peaches and cream. So then, like, before he leaves, like, we're all outside the hotel. We're, like, hugging him goodbye and stuff like that. And he was like, that he wanted to take a picture with me. He was like, I seen this picture, and he was like, this is how we should take our picture. Like, I think this would be so fly if we take a picture like this. So basically, he wanted to take a picture of, like, me and him walking away, like just me and him walking, and like somebody take a picture of us from the back, as if like a paparazzi shot. Like, you know how celebrities are out and they're walking and people are like snapping pictures, and it's like they're dressed really cute and they're just walking in the city and you catch them and it's like the pictures are fly because they're like off guard kinda. That's how he wanted to take a picture. So he asked me like, hey, this is how I want to take a picture, let's take a picture like this. And I'm like, okay. So so his friends start taking the pictures of us, and they came out really, really cute. What's the problem?
What's your password?
I don't know.
You don't
Let me see.
Your password?
No, you can try Get Money 2016. I really don't know, but you're running my video right now, so you're gonna have to wait. So what happened? So we took the picture. All right. So after we took the picture, he leaves, he gets on his flight, and what happened? So like later on, like a couple hours go by, maybe like 3 hours go by, and then I post a picture on Instagram. Why did I post a picture on Instagram? Because we're supposed to be together. Why wouldn't I post a picture of you on my Instagram? And then we already had that one picture on Instagram, and that you were so excited for me to post. So I didn't want, like, since he asked me to take the picture, I didn't want to not post it on my Instagram, and then he'd be like, why you didn't post our picture? Like, you know what I mean? So I just posted the picture 3 hours later, and I put like some really cute caption. I think it was like from a Wale song. What did I say? I said, the caption was, something like, I'm not rushing for love, so let's neglect the what ifs and make it do what it does. I think that's like, oh, from a Wale song. It's something like that. So I posted, like, the caption was something like that, something of that sort. And yeah, like he just texted me like before he got on the flight. He texted like in a group chat with me and all his friends, and he was like, I had the best time with you guys this weekend. I'm so glad that y'all came, blah blah blah, like just some sentimental like little text message like, haha, it was so heart-filled, it was so cute. And everybody's texting back like, oh, blah 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 blah. Anyway, make a long story short, I post a picture, but when I post a picture like 3 hours later, I was already back. Like, me and his friends, we had went and got some dinner because we didn't get to eat dinner after we left that party. We went and got dinner, went back to the hotel room, but we had like so many different rooms. But like, I was staying in the room with him, but he left, and I didn't want to sleep in the room by myself. Like, it was a huge room. I didn't want to stay in there by myself, and I'm a girl. So I'm his best friend. I was like the closest with him. So I asked him to come stay in the room with me, and he was gonna stay in there with me. So like, me and him, we're just like chilling, we're just hanging out, and I had posted a picture like when I was with him, and we were just in the room just chilling and talking. Soon as I post a picture, not even 3 minutes went by, all these girls start commenting on the picture. I started getting all these DMs, like girls was like, he's gonna play you just like he played his last girlfriend. Good luck with that. Then another girl was like, oh, he's in love with you this week, but he was just in love with my friend last week. And I'm like, what's going on? I was confused. I'm like, what is going on? First of all, how did y'all bitches even find my Instagram? What are you talking about? Then I'm getting these DMs, and girls are just going crazy. It's like, people were going crazy. My whole thing is, I was confused because I'm like, first of all, you can't even see this boy's face. Like I said, when we were walking, like, I mean, the picture was of our backs walking. So you can't even see his face. How do you even know who this is? How did you even find my Instagram? Who are you? How do you know who I am? Like, what's going on? I was confused. So I was with his best friend. Gave his best friend my phone, and I'm showing him everything. At this point, I'm livid. Like, I am so pissed because I'm hurt. Because I'm like, I felt like I was in the dark, and I felt like everybody around me knew what was going on, and I had no idea. So I start questioning down his best friend, like, what's going on? Who are these bitches? How do they know my Instagram? Who are they talking about? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm going crazy. His best friend's like telling me to calm down. You need to calm down. It's not that serious. I don't know what they're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what they talk about? You're his best friend, blah, 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 blah. So I'm snapping. So then he's like, the best friend girlfriend had called him, and no, she had texted him. And I'm like, who are you texting? He's like, oh, I'm texting my girl. She texted me talking about his ex-girlfriend just called her, talking about it's a picture of y'all on Instagram. I'm like, well, how does his ex-girlfriend know who I am? Why is she checking for me? Like, I'm confused. So, make a long story short, I'm telling the best friend, like, okay, like, you gotta tell me something. And the best friend wasn't trying to tell me nothing. I knew he knew what was going on. So what happened? I was like, call your girlfriend right now and put her on speaker. I want to know everything. I want to hear everything. So he calls his girlfriend, but he would not put her on speaker. That's when another red flag went up, and I was like, something sketchy is going on here, because if I told you to put this girl on speaker and you ain't put her on speaker, there's something going on. So the girl was just like, I'm sitting next to him, I'm trying to catch what she's saying. I'm trying to hear what she's saying. I can't really hear what she's saying because he keeps turning the phone down. So they was like playing so many games. Alright. So I'm spazzing out to the best friend, and I'm saying all this stuff to the best friend. Like, I'm saying, like, if I find out he's sleeping with another girl, or he's cheating on me, or he was with another girl, or he took another girl out, or he did this, or he did that. Like, I'm just running down the list. Like, if I find out this and I find out that, then I'm never gonna talk to him ever again. Like, that was my final decision. Like, I was like, if this stuff is true about what these girls are DMing me and writing on my comments, on my pictures, I'm never talking to him again. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm completely done. I'm over it. So, okay, so then what happened? So, mind you, I couldn't call him or text him because he was on a red eye. so he wasn't gonna get it. And like the state that we were in was so far away from where he was going, like he wasn't gonna get it until the next day. So I didn't call him, but I did send him a text message, and it was screenshots of the things that the people sent me on Instagram, like the DMs and the comments. It was pictures of that. I sent it to him, and I don't remember exactly what I said to him, but I said something to him. I don't remember what I said, but I didn't get smart with him. Like, I was calm. Like, by the time I decided to text him, I had calmed down. Alright, so then the next day, of course, I wake up in the morning, I'm at the airport, I'm waiting to get on my flight, and, what happened? Like, the time that he decided to text me, I felt like was too late, because like I knew what time his flight landed. I'm a stalker, so I knew what time his flight landed, but I know he had to go straight to work. So like his flight landed, he went straight to work, and I guess after his work then he decided to text me, which is cool. So but he got my text. So he had texted me, and this is what pissed me off, because he texted me and he was like, what he say? He texted me, he like, you know that song, just caught a body about a week ago. What else in the week we can hope? So that song was like really popping at the time. So he had texted me something like, in a joking manner, like something like, oh, they just slid in your DMs about a week ago. Like he said something like that. Like he said something, singing that song, trying to make a joke out of the situation. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't funny to me. I'm like, no, it's not funny. No, don't text me talking about a week ago. No, haha, not funny. So he texted me with something like trying to be funny, and I text him back like, it's not a game. Like, this is not a fucking game. I'm sorry, I keep cursing, but this is not a game. So then he called me, and at this time I'm like about to board my flight. He called me, and first I'm sitting there, and they're like calling, like telling us that their flight is about to board. So I'm sitting there, and he called me, and he was just like, it's crazy because he tried to flip the script. He started to be like, he was acting all nonchalant, like ain't nothing happened, like, oh, it ain't that serious, and like he was like trying to be rude to me as if I did something wrong. Like, but that's what niggas do. Like, I did something wrong, like trying to flip the script, like I'm the problem. No, you're the problem. You out here cheating. I'm not the problem. So I'm on the phone with him, and I'm just like, I didn't even really get to say, like, express how I feel, get to say much, because I felt like everything that I had said to his best friend the night before, his best friend had called him and told him, and as soon as I got on the phone with him, he just started repeating, like, basically that whole rundown I gave his best friend, like, if he did this or did that or did this or did that, I'm never going to talk to him again. So as soon as I got on the phone with him, his first thing was, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, so to me, the apology, but he tried to apologize, like, did he apologize? I don't even think he apologized the first time. Like, no, he didn't even apologize, but he just trying to say, like, he was just being nonchalant about it, like I was the issue, but he was still trying to run down everything that I ran down to his best friend. He was trying to run down. So that's why I felt like it wasn't sincere, it wasn't real. So while I'm on the phone with him, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's just saying to me, like, trying to be smart about it, like, oh, well, who cares if they're commenting, da-da-da-da. I don't even know what's going on. Like, he was still acting like he didn't know. So to me, like, now you playing games, you playing with my heart, and I can't fuck with you right now. I can't. So I'm just like, you know what? All right, whatever. Like, whatever, B. Or my New York accent, whatever. So I hung up the phone, and I guess he just caught that vibe that I really wasn't playing. Like, I really wasn't gonna mess with him. So then he tried to text me something sweet. I didn't respond. So then as I'm boarding the plane, he calls me, and like his whole demeanor changed, like his tone changed, everything changed. He was just on the phone, he was just like, I'm so sorry that this happened, like, I don't want to lose you, blah, 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 I still want you here, like, you're this, you're that. Like, he was just like really just being a little bitch, and he was just like trying to put everything on the table, and then he started telling me like, you know, it's my ex-girlfriend. I guess I didn't completely close the door before I opened the door with me and you, and like, I'm sorry that this happened. I didn't think it was gonna happen like this, because I'm really here for you, and blah 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 blah. Like, he was just like saying the most to try to get me to change the way I felt. So he was just like, so sorry. Like, to me, it sounded like he had a crying voice on. That's what it sounded like to me. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, no. That's what it sounded like. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm just feeling so bad. Like, oh my God, he's so sorry. Da, 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 just being dumb. So I'm just like, okay, all right, you're sorry, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I still want you here. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I get on my flight. And so then after that, like we had another talk prior to that, and he was just saying how I told him, like, you know, if you don't close this door with this girl and let her know what it is and what's going on, then I'm done. Like, don't ever talk to me again. This never happened. And he was like, okay. So allegedly, did I just hit myself? So allegedly, he closed the door with her. He was saying, you know, we had a conversation and this is how it went. You know, since we're adults, I trusted that he was going to go forth with it and do exactly what he said he was going to do. So I didn't make a big deal of it. I was just like, okay, whatever. You did it. Cool. Let's move on. So for real, like, for me, once you cross me, you lost me. And I felt like he crossed me at the utmost, because I was completely 100% with him and he was not 100% with me. So, you know, I went and I talked to my mom and I talked to my best friend, and I'm telling them, you know, the situation and how I feel. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to him ever again. I don't want to deal with him ever again. Even though he apologized, I still was like over it. I still was like, I don't want to talk to him no more, because if he's going to do this once, he's going to do it again. The fact that I'm even accepting it, if I accept it and allow him into my life and back into my circle, he's going to cross me again, because he already crossed me before. And once you cross me, you lost me. So I'm like, really in my heart, I didn't want to talk to him no more. Like, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's what I'm saying in my head. And that's what I said to my mom and said to my best friend. And my mom was just like, well, everybody makes mistakes, and you know how girls are, so she probably found out that he was dating somebody else, so now she wants to try to creep her way back into his life and blah, 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 blah. And that made sense to me. So my mom's like, I don't think you should let it go completely. I think you should give him a second chance. So I'm just like, okay. And of course, like, my mom's a huge influence in my life, so I'm gonna listen to what she says. So if she's saying, you know, give this person another chance, then that's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I did. But really deep down in my heart, I didn't want to. I was over it. So I gave him another chance. Lord. Gave him another chance. And what happened? This story about to be over, because I'm getting to the last juicy part. I gave him another chance, and then he ended up flying to the same city we were in, like that poppin' city. He ended up flying there again, and he was like, you know, last time my friends were here, and I know we had so much fun, but I really just want to spend some time with me and you. Like, let's just take time away, and let's just focus on me and you. So I was like, okay. So I flew to the city that he was in, and like, the first day, wait, this is crazy. The first day I get there, we're in a hotel room, and he's like, all right, get dressed. We're gonna go and get lunch, and then we're gonna go, forgot what we were gonna do. We were gonna go get lunch, and then we were going somewhere. So I got dressed, and then as I'm getting dressed, and we're about to leave out the door, like, he was like, can you go get my phone at the charger? I left my phone on the charger. So I went and picked his phone up off the charger. And it was just like automatic instinct. Like, as soon as you pick up an iPhone, you just press the center button and the shit lights up. So that's what I did. It really wasn't intentional. Like, I really wasn't trying to look for something or trying to find something or trying to snoop in his phone. I wasn't trying to do that. It's just like, as soon as you pick up an iPhone, it don't matter who iPhone you pick up, you're gonna click the center button and the shit's gonna light up. Like, that's, I don't know. Well, for me, that's just what I do. Click the center button. The first text message that popped up was his ex-girlfriend. And the message read, "Hey, I know you're probably busy with her right now, but I'm with so-and-so, so when you have some free time," and they want to talk to you, "so when you have some free time, FaceTime me." And I'm like, this nigga. Okay. So I hand him his phone, but when I hand him his phone, of course, I made sure this shit was lit up. So I hand him his phone like this. So he looks at it, and he looks at me, and he's just like, I don't even be talking to her. She just texted me and said blah, 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 blah. And I didn't even say nothing. Because at this point, because in my heart, I already knew that I didn't want to deal with him from the first time that this shit happened. And I only went and dealt with him again because my mom's like, give him a second chance. So I had no more words because I felt like before I even got with him and in his presence, I had already talked to him enough and stated like what I'm looking for, what I want out of a relationship, where I'm going with it, what I'm accepting and what I'm not accepting. Can you not make all this noise? I'm making a video, so move.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I already had so many conversations with him. So at this point, it was like I had nothing else to say because I already gave you the blueprint. I gave you the blueprint. And you crossed me again. You did not follow it again. Okay, we're gonna play these games. Okay, you wanna play these games? Okay, so yeah, so at that point I didn't have nothing to say. So we went to lunch and I didn't talk the whole time. He felt the energy. He felt it. He just was like trying to butter me up. He kept trying to kiss on me and love on me and talk about how it's gonna be me and him and how she's just trying to get him back, and I just didn't say nothing. I wouldn't say nothing. The whole entire time I was there, the whole entire time I was there, in my head, I knew that I was never gonna talk to him again. But I didn't show it. Like, I felt like the first day I showed it because I was in my feelings. But after the other days, like the next couple days, I was there with him. I act normal because I didn't want him to think that I wanted him to think that everything was gonna be peaches and cream. So yeah, I just act regular and I act like I was cool. And then after that, it was all hell break loose because after I left, he kept trying to call me and text me. I would talk to him here and there, but it would be nothing serious. And this is when he really started to feel like, felt my draft, felt my energy. Because like I said, in his line of work, he was always in all these different states and I was always with him, like always with him. So he started going places, of course, and every time he would go somewhere, which would be like at least once a week, he'd be like, I'm going here, come with me, I'm going here, come with me, I'm going here, I'm doing this, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm just like, I just kept making up excuses like, oh, I can't do it because I gotta do this. Oh, I can't go here because I gotta do this. Oh, nope, sorry. So he kind of got the picture because I never used to tell him no. And I never used to tell him no because he was a priority in my life. But the fact that you thought that you could play me, you're no longer a priority. Like, no, I'm not going anywhere with you. I don't care. Go call your ex-girlfriend, ask her to go. So yeah, so I just washed my hands with the situation, and eventually he got the point, like, this girl really she not rocking with me no more. So I just, after a certain amount of time, like, he stopped asking me to come see him, for him to come see me, for me to come somewhere with him. He stopped asking because I kept saying no or making up excuses. And then he would text me, like, we used to talk on the phone eventually, like, the phone calls started to just get less. Like, there was less phone calls, less text messages, because I wouldn't respond to text messages, or I would take a day or two to respond, or a day or two to return his phone call. So after a certain amount of time, he started to get the picture, like, okay, this girl's she's not dealing with me no more. So he started to just fall back, I guess. But for me, my life was just getting more and more, like, so much fun, so much interesting. I started to move to another state. I started meeting new people, just doing so much with my life that, like, that didn't matter to me anymore. Because at first it hurt me, because I felt like I gave my all to somebody who just gave me a short end of the stick. So yeah, so at first it hurt me, but it didn't hurt. I didn't even really get to feel the hurt as much as I probably should have, or as much as any other woman would have, because I had so much other great things going on in my life, and I thank God for that. Like, although that was a hard thing for me to deal with, it was so much great things going on in my life that it didn't matter that it happened. Like, it didn't faze me, because I was just doing so much. Like, I was just having so much fun and just living life that it didn't matter. So yeah, that's my side chick. That's how I found out I was a side chick, because come to find out, this dude never really broke up with this girl. They were in a relationship for 4 years. They were together. They were like, you know how if you're with somebody for so long, it's hard for you to let go. So that was kind of like their situation. Like, so even though they would have their ups and downs, they will always still, like, find themselves back with each other. And that's how it was for them. So, and then I feel like because she found out that it was another girl in the picture, she made sure that she got him back, you know? So the funny thing is, at the time, she probably felt like she won, but in the end, I won, because I always win. So this is going to be for another story time, but let me end the story by saying, I was completely, like, that the situation just completely did not faze me, because I was just had so much else great things happening in my life that it just didn't matter. So it probably hurt me for like a week, but that was it. After that, I was just like, it was like it never happened. And yeah, so after so many months went by, I went on his Instagram, and he was posting pictures of them too. Like, they were back together. They were all out in public together, going places together. Like, they were together. They were a couple, and he was promoting it. So the funny part about it was, like, yeah, I just moved on with my life, and like I said, I always win. So yeah, he's posting all these pictures with her and doing all this and doing all that, but the nigga was still in my text messages, still trying to see me. So just recently, what happened, my birthday was in October, and by this time I had already got a new boyfriend. So this dude, like, although he was with her and I was already in another relationship, he kept calling me, not like all the time, but like he would call me and text me, like, out the blue, trying to see what I'm doing, trying to see how I've been, like, trying to get back into my life. But at this point, I'm just like, I'm sorry, like, no, it's not happening. It's just not happening. I was already completely happy in another relationship with somebody else, so I just wasn't seeing him. And he kept trying to text me and call me, and I kept having to delete my messages, because I didn't want my new love to think that this person was a problem because they weren't, or this person is, like, in my life because they weren't. And he already knew about my ex-boyfriend, so I didn't want him to think that I'm still trying to date this dude or anything. So make a long story short, he's still trying to get back in my life, because, you know, this happens all the time. Any guy that ever, like, tried to play me, or we end up not working out, they always try to come back into my life, because they realize how fantastic of a woman I am. all the time. So yeah, this past birthday that I just had, this nigga's like, yeah, I want to do something special for you for your birthday, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, allegedly, him and his ex-girlfriend had broke up. He deleted all the pictures off of Instagram. And yeah, but the funny part about it was, even when he was in a relationship with her, he was still checking for me. So she thought she won. At the end of the day, I won because young nigga was still checking for me. And he's still checking for me to this day. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's my side chick story. I was a side chick, and yeah, I had no idea. Like, if I don't promote any woman sleeping with a married man, any woman trying to sleep with a man or try to get with a man who already has a significant other. I don't promote that. I wasn't raised like that. So if I would have known that he had this ex-girlfriend that was still in his life, I would have let them be together. And that's what I told him. I was like, I'm only hurt because you didn't give me the opportunity to say, this is what I will accept or this is what I won't accept. The fact that you just dragged me into your mess is what hurt me. Because if I would have known that you had this other situation going on, then me and you, we wouldn't have been in a relationship. It wouldn't have never been anything but us being friends. That was it. Or not even being friends. I wouldn't even have entertained him if I knew he had a girlfriend or he had an ex-girlfriend that he was still seeing. Like, I wouldn't have entertained him. I wasn't raised like that. And that was my issue, is the fact that I was not allowed the opportunity to make a choice to say, hey, no, or yes. You know what I mean? That was my issue. I don't condone in shit like that. I don't condone in it, period. Period. That's not who I am. I plan on being married one day, and I expect for a woman to respect my relationship like the same way that I would respect hers, no matter if I know you or not. It doesn't even matter if I know you or I think you're pretty. It doesn't matter about any of that. It's just respect. That's it.